Yay, nay.
Here we go. Brothers and sisters, we're gathered here at the Capitol in Austin today. We're bringing the Lord with us, as we all should do. We come with righteous anger. We come with demands of freedom. We come with demands of constitutional right. There's one thing that's missing in all of the situations that we have been in the recent events in the last, I'd say 8 to 10 months to a year, which we all know has been a terrible, horrible ordeal and experience. And it's been brought upon by lies. It's been brought upon by abominations. Abominations committed by people that are less than human, they're not humane, and they are less than decent. There is no decency being showed in so many ways. There's a scripture here, and this is not meant to threaten. This is not meant to enrage. It's not meant to do anything but maybe touch your heart and understand where we are at in this country. Where we are at in this country is a very, very evil, bad place. We are in a situation where oppression and demonization and attacks in every kind of way coming from every side that you can honestly comprehend. So this scripture was given to me as a gift the other day as I opened it up and looked at it, and I'm going to read it right now. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness who speaks lies. And the last but not least, and one who sows discord among your brethren. Every single one of those verses has to do with what has happened in this country. There are lies, there are narratives, there are abominations that the Lord hates. The Lord does not like ugly. Absolutely does not like ugly. And it states everything that is going on right there in that brief scripture. J6 is definitely in the Bible under the 7 abominations that the Lord hates. And this is why. Because we are supposed to be good to our brothers and sisters. We are supposed to care for them. We are supposed to stand up for our brothers and sisters, especially if they did not do anything wrong at all. We are not supposed to persecute each other. We are not supposed to attack each other. We are not supposed to want to destroy each other. But that is what's going on. I say this from an independent perspective. Not a Republican, not a Democrat. Just a human being. Just a human being that has decency, that wants to continue to have decency, to have morals, to have values, to respect our heritage, to respect the truth about everything. The security was intentionally lacking on January 6th. We know that. That's a fact. That's not a narrative. That's not conspiracy. We know for a fact that there was a lack of security. I sat right here on these steps after January 6th and stated the fact that there should have been more protection for the Americans that day. In every kind of capacity, should have been more protection for the Capitol. There was a job failure that was committed that day. And then 2 days after that speech, after laughed at by Fox News, the police chief of DC resigned and stated that he requested 4 times for security, extra security from the National Guard, from the DC police. from anybody that would come. There were confirmed threats that there was a possible scenario where there would be some attacks in DC. Why? Why was there not more security there? You have to ask yourself that question. Why did Pelosi cancel the security for January 6th? Why was there a lack of care? Why is there only persecution for the ones that were there that were supporting Trump? Why are there people that are sitting in solitary confinement right now for merely walking into a house that is supposed to be ours? We're supposed to be able to do that anytime we like, anytime we choose. That's not what happened. They were demonized. And the death of Ashley Babbitt was the most reprehensible thing that happened on that day. The demonization of Ashley Babbitt for supposedly breaking into the Capitol. It's the biggest lie that anybody's ever told. It is an actual abomination. It is a lie on your brothers and sisters. It's in there. The Lord hates it. The Lord does not condone lying on your brethren or your sisters. Antifa. Another thing that I explained happened. I would not have opened my mouth about this intel if it weren't verified. We know for a fact we have the video footage, and if that would be, if you want to see that, then I have no problem showing that to anybody. We know that they were bussed in on buses. We know that they were escorted by DC police. We have the video. We know the first people that were in the Capitol were all in black, bussed in, and they were the first people in there. Not saying there was not patriots that were vandalizing and involved with that. I'm not saying that or denying that, and we do not defend that. They were righteously angry. We cannot forget why they were there on January 6th, even though they would like us to forget. They were there because they were angry about an election that was obviously tainted. An election that should be sacred to our country. An allegiance to our country that we owe is a legitimate election. We all deserve that for each other. We should want that no matter what side of the aisle you were on. We should want to be decent to each other. We should not want to politically persecute each other based on lies. We know for a fact, as these audits progress, that there were issues. New York just had 130,000 test ballots that were found. Oops, that's just a mistake. Will there be any accountability for it? Who will be accountable? Who? For those test ballots being put in there, 130,000. Who's going to be held responsible for the Maricopa County out there? Who's going to be held responsible for the Georgia situation that's going on out there? And you know, it's not going to be something that's going to be put out, because truth nowadays is wrong. And lies and wrong are right now in this society, in this political agenda, field of just nightmare that we are all in. Politics have destroyed this nation. They have absolutely destroyed this nation. There was a day when segregation, coercion, intimidation, and shaming was looked upon by the masses as dishonorable. And it still should be. It's something that needs to occur in this society. To have honor means that you are honest. It means you are truthful. It means that you stand for righteousness. You stand. I believe that most of those people that were at January 6th were standing righteously angry. That's my opinion. Right now there are 45 Texans that are facing charges for simply walking into the Capitol. And all you are going to hear is crickets from the leaders of Texas. Nothing. You will hear no defense for those folks, even though the majority of them simply just walked in there and were let in. These failures have created an injustice in our society. They have created a situation where we have come to the point where they would like to attack anyone with the truth. We've come to a place where the defense of these people is not important to so many. The truth is not important to so many. Just the political agenda. We just heard from Trump yesterday who shot Ashley Babbitt. That's what I would like to know. Why would we not be able to know? Why would we be hidden from the truth? Why is the truth being hidden so much? Why are thousands of hours of the DC situation being withheld from the public? We know the answers. We know the truth. And that's what we want. We seek the truth. We seek the answers. We seek justice. We seek freedom, liberty, and justice. That's all we want. We are provided that in the Constitution. We demand that. We don't ask this. The one thing we can't demand from everybody is decency and humanity and love for your fellow man. We cannot demand that. But we can demand what is in our Constitution of America. I'm not going to muddy up the waters with a whole bunch of stories right now. I'm going to be coming back on and speaking about some other things. Right now, I just want to talk about Ashley Babbitt. Loving wife, daughter, patriot, veteran sister, 14 years in the Air Force. Not a criminal at all. Had no intention of attacking anyone, hurting anyone, doing anything. Was not armed. Simply made a mistake, and that cost her life. Was it deserving? Did she deserve to die? Ask yourself that question. Don't take a political stance. Look in your heart and look in your soul and ask yourself, is an unarmed, 100-pound soaking wet veteran of the United States Air Force so easily executed without any accountability? Is it right? Is it right? No. You search your soul, and it is wrong. It is not right. I mourn for that family. I mourn for those people. I mourn for the loss of Ashley Babbitt. My pain is real. Our pain is real. Don't look away from it. Pay attention to it. At least give us the decency to hear us out. These people need to be freed. They're being placed in solitary confinement for over 30 days for simply walking into the Capitol. There are people that have been beaten and treated horribly wrong. And they're being politically persecuted. That is the truth. We are in a situation where politics have arose over humanity and decency, and we have to get back to that. And I'm going to close with that right now. We'll be getting back on here, and I'll be speaking about some more here in a second. Thank you.